I guess we start with MJF. So,
God damn it.
do you want to go? You want to go through the details, and then we'll talk about it, or what do you want to do?
Sure. So shortly before we went on air for One Nation Radio, came across my timeline. I got a couple text messages that MJF apparently had been saying nigga on his Instagram account in 2014, as well as retarded. And he has had this thing. People have uncovered this and screenshotted them. And he was addressing someone, but not calling them the word necessarily. Either way, the words on his account. The funniest thing I think on this thing is it says 469 weeks ago. Oh, bleep me on that other R word, James. Sorry, just had to kind of get it out when we do.
I can do it in post, but
post,
like this shit's gonna be that's just gonna live on the stream.
Yeah, bleep me in post. But yeah, I saw this about an hour ago, and I think it's God damn it! Look, MJF, you better get yourself out of it. You're a great talker. You're a great orator. Get yourself out, because I can't help you here, partner.
I don't want to help him. Like, I have no inclination to help him. Like you're saying the right things about you can't help him. Like, my thing is like, no, I need to stand further away than you are. I don't want to help him either. You on your own. MJF said this stuff. It was a while ago. It was it's almost a decade ago. I don't fucking care. He shouldn't have said that shit. And that's the thing. And he's young, obviously. So I have to do the math on however young he really is when he said this. If you are willing to forgive him, I'm saying this is a young person that says something dumb and stupid, I would say I would wait for an apology from the man he is today before you give that out there. Before you just immediately accept the apology on behalf of whatever community you don't actually belong to. But yeah, he stepped in it and just came back. And this is the thing that's like part of social media is people, gain notoriety and people look through to see if they've said things in their past that are terrible, and they got him. And however he handles this is up, and however he decides to address or not address this is up to him. And people will, decide on what they think of him or how their opinions change on him after this. And I think that's more than fair. So shouldn't have said that shit.
Yeah. And regardless of what the outset of this all tends to be, because obviously when these things happen, people try to open up larger conversations about intent and if this person's a racist. I don't care about any of that. Let's solve this problem here, and then we can worry about anything else afterward.
Right.
And
because often what happens in these conversations when it comes to a white person stepping in it, right, and doing a racism, is it then turns from you did something to whether this person is this or this one dreaded R word for racist or not, and it becomes like not what the conversation was. It was like, hey, you said this, what the fuck, into whether or not trying to determine what's in somebody's heart or in their soul or in their spirit and their character. And it's like, don't care, bro. Like, I think I always use this analogy. Like, you have a kid and they stole something from the toy shop when you were while you were at like Publix or the grocery store or whatever else. They grabbed it, or they stole some candy or whatever else. You're not concerned about whether or not your son is, or your child or your daughter is now a future criminal mastermind or is now going to be some type of felon. You're more concerned about like, hey, you did something you weren't supposed to do. What the fuck? So for me, it's always I don't care about that part. I don't care about that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I don't know these people. So like for all these years, there have been plenty of people that are bigots and hateful people that I do not know in the public space, that I do not know otherwise, and because that's life. But as far as like publicly facing people, whatever else, he said this shit in public, and now he's a public figure. He's got to deal with this, or he should deal with this, whatever else, and that's on him on however he handles it. So like, and that's what I'm concerned about, because at the end of the day, whether he says the right thing or not say anything at all, I'm never going to know what he is as a person, because he's a worker, and plus, like, I don't know him, so I don't care about that part.
Yeah. Him being from Long Island, and as you pointed out in the pre-show, James, America, this doesn't exactly come as some shock. What's up to all our listeners in Long Island? But yeah, man, he needs to come out in front of this. MJF is known to be perpetually online, so I don't think he can plausibly deny this and be like, yeah, I didn't see what was going on or anything like that. No, we have proof, sir. Like, of just about every promo you do, is like, you're borrowing from different conversations that are going on and everything like that. So one can hope he comes out and apologizes, means it, and he kind of goes from there. But yeah, I kind of always look at, as James said, when there's a white athlete or there's somebody that's like getting a bunch of attention, a lot of like, kind of someone that's kind of turned into a star. It's like, all right, let's do the scan. Let's see what's on there. And then you're either relieved or you're not. And then it's up to you. Personally, I kind of like stopped caring about people's social media habits from a decade ago, a little while ago. This is a little different because obviously we're pretty connected to this. I'd say, I really don't care what a football player said or anything like that. But since this is a little bit different, I think he needs to fix this. And I don't think it's up to the company. I don't think it's anything like that. It's like, yeah, get your ass out here, however you're gonna do it, and talk to people, because I know he has contacts that he can reach out to. I know that he has people he can kind of, I don't want to say wrap their
You mean all the
arms
black people
around
he's
him.
done comedy skits with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think there's also like black people in media that he's friendly with, and
Right.
things like that. So I think he can look. I think he knows right from wrong. And one can only hope that this isn't just swept under the rug, because I'll always remember it.
Yep. I was thinking of the before we started recording the podcast, like thinking of the conversation, like, is this, we do the thing normally, like when something grave happens before, like, should we now play the music? I was thinking about like the idea of like, now it's time to play the music, but like, we've already played the music, but so where do you want to go from there?
Man.
Because then, later in the show, we're going to talk about MJF anyway. So, but where do you want to start?